under divine femininity, we are going to add basically the Proverbs 31 woman. So lots of people reading them Bibles and going to them Bible studies and not living it. So Proverbs 31 is talking about a virtuous woman. It would be very wise if we shut out all the noise and start really taking a look at what's going on. So there's no transition period in place for all the immigrants that will be displaced out of the food industry. So where I live, there's a lot of sweet potato farms nearby. Immigrants, a couple people I know with farms in all over Mississippi, immigrants. Big plants where big food plants like Tyson Chicken, immigrants. And there's not a transition period in place. So when these people are not available to do the work of growing your food, what the heck are you going to do? So I've always been a person that's talked about peeling back the label and seeing what's going on behind the scenes. Love gardening. Might as well, I plan on getting back at it. So we're going to do some garden talk, I guess just tutorials all the way through, okay? So a Proverbs 31 woman is a hard-working woman. She is also someone who her lamp goeth out not by night. So been a while, but I'm getting back in it. This is the type of, to start with, let's go over seeds. So you're going to have seeds that you want to buy that are heirloom, because there are some seeds that have expiration dates and have been sprayed, will not reproduce. You cannot count on seeds that you have bought from 10 years ago on some prepper website sprouting. And 9 times out of 10, they don't put enough in the kits to make it grow. So you need to be growing these seeds out and saving these seeds, and you need to know if they're going to produce savable seeds for next year. The only way to be sure is heirlooms, organic, and without an expiration date. So now is the time to go ahead and start your cool weather plants. That's your turnips, that's your collards, that's your carrots, that's your potatoes, that's your, for my region, I'm in Mississippi. Okay, let me back up. So turnips, mustards, collards, carrots, potatoes, and onions, garlic. Depending on where you live, but those are the general cold weather things. I don't know if I'm gonna get to putting anything outside in the cold weather. But seed starting for your longer to produce items such as peppers and tomatoes. So if you're gonna start, let's just say you're like me, you don't have a greenhouse available, you don't want to buy a bunch of extra stuff like grow lights, you can use these Jiffy greenhouse kits. They are the absolute best at starting seeds indoors. You put your individual seed in these pods, and then you can just flip the top over and put it on top of your refrigerator, okay? You're gonna stick it on top of your refrigerator, and all they need to sprout is dampness and warmth. And you're gonna stick it on, and it's just always worked out that the top of a refrigerator, heat rises, so the heat in your house plus the warmth of the top of the refrigerator causes them to sprout. Another thing, okay, so what am I going to be doing? I had opened these and bought the wrong tray, and I was like, this isn't what I'm used to using. You're going to start your tomatoes and peppers now, okay? Your other stuff like squash, eggplant, they don't take very long to grow. They have big fat seeds, corn, all that. Those go in the ground outside after the last frost, okay? So we're going to garden by the moon, okay? So we're going to do this whole thing right. I don't have a big spot, so I can't do as much as before, but no matter how much you're doing, start learning now. So we're going to do, I've got some little heirloom San Marzinos. I've got some heirloom, and if y'all could have seen my old collection, I had tomatoes in every color. I may even put some of those old videos back up. I've locked them down. My favorite was a Dr. White, and my daughter Daisy had crossed that with a Lithuanian, and we produced an orange tomato the size of a plate. But Dr. White's are about this big. They're 2 pounds. An orange tomato. All right, so this one right here is, I have not grown this one before, Brad's Atomic. I'm going to do a whole list of seed companies that you can get good organic seed from if you're wanting to buy in bulk. That's what I used to do. So tomatoes and peppers, start now. Get you I'm going to do a whole lot more than these, but I'm just getting this started for y'all. Get you a Jiffy greenhouse, no grow light needed, 1 seed per pot. You're going to wet this whole thing down. You're going to let the pots pop up, and then you're going to put 1 seed per pot of whatever it is you're trying to grow. You're going to want to get you some masking tape, and my kids and I would get 2 rows at a time, so maybe 2 rows of a, let's see, Dr. White tomato, 2 rows of a bell pepper, 2 rows of a jalapeno pepper, because those take 120 days to produce. So tomatoes and peppers take a long time, and you want to start them now in February, from the beginning to the middle of February. Once they start sprouting, I'll walk you through how to do that. I'm going to walk you through which ones. I'm not going to start these tonight, but I'm just letting you, I'm starting to get your brain moving that direction, your gears turning. I'm going to start them tomorrow. Well, sometime this week. Another thing you need to be doing is you need to be getting some flowers to bring in your bees and butterflies. And I like to do zinnias because they're multicolored. They're red, they're pink, they're yellow, they're orange, they're purple. And think about a spot where you can grow these near your garden, or do a whole row of them in your garden to bring in your bees and butterflies. Another thing that you're gonna want to do is you're gonna start, look, y'all, when you go into Walmart or Dollar General, if you will buy 2 packages at a time, these are 50 freaking cents. So every time I go into Walmart, spend an extra $1 and get zinnia seeds or some type of pretty cheap country flower seeds, wildflower mix. Marigolds are your bug repellents. So you're going to want to pick up marigolds. So for every tomato plant and pepper plant, I put a strip of marigold seeds. They're so freaking cheap. And I'll show you how to save their seeds for the next year. Super easy. So start getting your long production seeds ready, like your tomatoes and peppers. Get your flowers for your bees and your butterflies, such as zinnias, such as sunflowers. How pretty. And get your marigolds for your bug repellent, okay? So that's your to-do list. And then when I start this, I'll let you know. Jiffy greenhouse kits. Water it, they pop up, each seed. Make sure they're labeled or you won't know what the hell you've planted. Flowers for bees and butterflies. Marigolds. Flowers for natural organic bug repellent. These are super important to not having to use as much, say, chemical or even organic bug repellent. Marigolds. Okay? All right. That's your to-do list. Proverbs 31, bitches.